Welcome to the 26 minutes Dakar. Alatir has yet more problems, but would this be his last? With the gap at less than 2 minutes in the bikes, who will come out on top between Comer and Dupre? In Dakar Stories, we explore that mud hole and see just what was going on yesterday. In Dakar World, the master Dupre teaches us how to ride a rally raid bike. And in Dakar Legend, it's the famous air bridge year, when the rally needed help from the skies. All the news, all the action on this all-new 26 minutes Dakar, Antofagasta to Iquique. Previously in the bikes. On the way to Antofagasta, we saw a turning point. After leading the rally since stage 3, Cyril Dupre nearly lost everything in this mud hole, and he was not happy. I think it won't stay like this. I'm riding in a sport, not a lottery. The officials agreed with Dupre, but it didn't please his teammate. I find it hard to understand the officials' decision. I think it's against the race spirit. It's logical to reward the rider who manages to overcome these obstacles, and I don't feel that's the case in this situation. The war between the KTM camp has begun again. How will Comer get his revenge on teammate Dupre? Stage 9 represents the longest stage of the rally and has been modified to make it even longer. To reward the successful be the famous drop in Iquique. The Pacific is a beautiful place to be racing across. The sunset's stunning, the sunrise is even better. But Mark Comer was not concerned about that. Opening the two-part stage, his mind was fully focused on the route ahead. Dupre started 7th on the road, and so with plenty of tracks to follow and no navigation to worry about, he could push really very hard. And that's exactly what he did. Teammate Farrier, who took a healthy second on stage 8 on the Dakar, is here for one reason, and that is to help Dupre. So he waited for the teammate. But Dupre was not hanging around. And he didn't wait. Instead, the Frenchman kept his head down and took 4 minutes out of Comer in 2.5 hours. Conquering, motivated, but not taking any risks. That was the first time Comer had seen the times. He needed to be stronger. Another consistent ride from Paulo Gonçalves. It's beginning to prove that the Husqvarna are slowly making inroads on KTM's domination in Rally Raid. Gonçalves is closing in on the best of the rest spot, but took an engine change last night, and he's got to wait for Rodriguez to take that penalty before he gets even closer. Rodriguez once again had a good day, finishing 4th, about 12 minutes down. But he has threatened that Yamaha won't be routinely changing his power plant, which gives him a very safe best of the rest spot in 3rd position. Once again, the real star of the show was Spaniard Juan Barret de Boer. He is sadly way down the order thanks to problems on day 2. But that hasn't stopped him completing at the very best level in the world. It's worth remembering he retired on stage 1 last year, so this is only his 11th Dakar stage ever. He finished 3rd. so to the Akikwe drop. Using the same drop as 2009, the bikes flew down towards the Pacific Ocean. Koma, the first to drop. It was a spectacular way to end the stage. I had to open the track, and yesterday too. We just had to keep going. I'm happy how things went. Cyril Desprez wasn't far behind. He'd been pushing extremely hard after nailing that 4-minute gap at CP3. But the gap stayed the same, and he took it easy going down the piste, only maxing out at 110 kilometers an hour. He doesn't want to break his second engine, having taken that penalty. The gap at the end of the stage. Desprez beats Koma by 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Overall, it means he's got a 2 minutes and 28-second lead. We're going to fight by seconds, by minutes. I don't know. I'm here to make a competition, and the competition is back. So there is confirmation. Desprez over Koma, Barreda-Bor in third, Rodriguez fourth, and Gonçalves finishing up in fifth. Castor drops out of the top 5 after problems. It means Jordi Villadoms on the Barreda Ferrari is now in 5th position. Marcus Patrone didn't have a good start to the stage. He had to stop with his brother in CP2. However, once the Yamaha did get going, the 2010 Dakar winner took charge of the stage. It's brother Alejandro that leads the rally, having grabbed an hour and 20 gap in Copiapó. He won't be too concerned about the gap to Marcus today, regardless of what it ends up being. Third fastest on course was Pole Raphael Sonic, but his Wild Wolf machine is one of those not conforming in the correct quad spec, and so he doesn't classify. Tonetti was in third spot for most of today. However, as the stage went on, the Italian slipped down the standings. Overall, he's some 8 hours down now in 10th position. And when the Pachonaries were stationary, Thomas Maffaye took in charge, but fundamentally he hasn't got the speed for his fellow countryman and now has slipped over half an hour behind second position. Coming next in the cars, Nasser Al-Attiyah. Is it the last day of the rally for him? He's had yet more problems. If you were watching yesterday, you'll remember the nightmare of Cyril Desprez and several others being stuck in the mud 10 kilometres into stage 9. Here it's okay, and then over there, where it's humid and brown, it's totally finished. Yeah, look over there. Yeah, you just get stuck. Simple as that. And indeed, what was bound to happen happened. Bernard Arandonnet flopping into the mud in his two-wheel drive buggy. Eventually he did get a tow out. It was a crazy situation. The road had melted by the rain. But who would have thought mud could have such a bearing on the rally? It's behind us now, so it's flat out once more.
In the not-so-distant future, the